let's segue to the subject of leadership. You know, as you and I've talked over the years, you continuously emphasize the importance of culture. And how has culture correlated with the success that you've enjoyed in your various businesses?
Bill, you and I have been good friends and colleagues, and we've worked together on many assignments. And I think you know that my fabric, I am a strong believer that no man or woman succeeds alone, and that culture is really at the core of any successful organization. And for me, it's about finding people of similar values, having an alignment of interest, having incentive plans that really motivate. One of the things that I did both at RLJ and I've continued at Park is everybody's a shareholder. I wanted to make sure that everyone had a stock grant, that everyone participates in a bonus pool, and that I want them to think like and act like owners as they participate in our rise. I also think it's terribly important to have a diverse team. I had a very diverse team at RLJ, as you know. That has really continued. 37%, I think, of my leadership team at Park is also diverse. I'm also pleased, as you know, I had two of my key lieutenants at RLJ both succeed me. Both Ross Bierkin, obviously my chief investment officer, had been with me since the formation of that company. He succeeded me as CEO, and of course the long-term plan was that Leslie Hale would step up, and she's now stepped up, and clearly the only African American CEO of a REIT, of a public REIT, and it's done very, very well. She had been with me for 14 years. As I think about my Park team, I have equally a very talented team of men and women, some of whom had worked with me before, and others that I've certainly formed new alliances with. And what I've committed to my board is that any good CEO should be grooming and leading and preparing the next generation of leaders. So I think you do that by different initiatives. We had a wellness initiative during the pandemic. We had what we call Tom B calls that I would do not with my entire associate base. I thought it was more important to do them in really small group settings. Took a lot more of my time, but I thought it was much more important to break the company into groups of 5 to 10, where I could really talk about, here are the priorities, here's what we're faced with, here's what we're doing. I also made it clear, as you know, during that process, that we didn't lay anybody off at our corporate headquarters. We were very fortunate. I waived my salary during that process. I also went into the open market during an open window and bought stock. So I made what I thought were the appropriate decisions to keep my high-performing team together. I also think if the leaders prepared to take that haircut so that I could protect other jobs, I thought that was really the right kind of messaging as we were moving forward. And I'm pleased to say that we've been able to we have lost a few people along the way, generally at the analyst level and others that were poached away by some of our competitors and others that we know, and I understand that. But the core nucleus, the core group, north of 90% of the men and women who started the journey are really still with me in some form or fashion. And I'm really, really proud of that.